a bunch of really smart, really well-educated people who stick their head in the sand when it comes to money. And that is super unsurprising because money is very emotional and the finance world is super intimidating. And until recently, I felt really similar. What changed for me was that I took the pressure off. I committed to doing a little bit of learning and taking small actions rather than looking at the huge, big, overwhelming picture and thinking. So, in case you happen to be in this camp, I have got 6 things that you can do today, this week, over the next few days that will help you take some small actions that will hopefully put you on the road to where you want to go. Number 1, open a savings account that you refuse to touch. So research one that's got good interest rates and set up a standing order or some kind of automated payment so money from your salary goes straight out of your current account into your savings account, and that is where it stays. Number 2, spend an hour on the internet just researching. So the idea here is that you're under no pressure to take any action or to understand the full story straight away. The idea is being open-minded to learning, because that is where it all starts, and starting to commit some time to actually do the learning that you need to feel more empowered. So for example, you could set aside an hour on Saturday morning, whenever works for you, and Google something like investing for beginners. Again, this has got, like, there is zero pressure to take any action beyond reading about it, and just give yourself the time to follow the rabbit hole, you know, like dive in there, see what you find, and kind of see how you feel as you read about it. Number 3, start tracking your budget. So this one always sounds like too basic to be any help to anyone, but really once you start paying attention to the money that is in your account, the money that's leaving your account, where it's going, what you're spending your money on, it's really super useful particularly for people who feel like, oh, I don't want to deal with cash. I don't want to think about money. Like, it's really important, if you want your financial situation to change, that you think about your money and that you know what's going on. And so setting up a budget and keeping track of your expenditure and your incomes as well is really, really helpful. Number 4, make sure that you are only spending money on things that you actually want and that you use. So things like memberships are a classic. You signed up for a gym membership 6 months ago, you were super enthusiastic, definitely going to go 4 times a week, and all of a sudden you got injured, you got bored, maybe work got really busy and you had to travel more. Whatever happened, you're not going to gym, so stop paying for it. And ditto for other memberships that you don't use frequently but you pay for. Number 5, cancel anything that's buy now, pay later, unless you are extremely good at keeping on top of the pay later part. And I'll just weave in here a bit about credit cards. If you are not very good with credit cards and you are racking up interest that you have to pay back, make a plan to start paying that back, even if it's just a little bit every month. And number 6, check that you're enrolled in a workplace pension. So in the US, that's your 401k. In Australia, it's your superannuation. All it takes is emailing your boss or your finance person at your work and saying, hey, am I enrolled? It's one email or one call, and then it's done. And if you find that you are not enrolled, you know what the next step is. Ask to be enrolled. So the thing to remember is that personal finance and sorting out your money is a long-term project, and these 6 things do not have to be things that you do forever, and they are really just a starting point. So if you want to start doing something today, do one of these things. I hope that you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, that's the same thing. Share it, leave a comment below. And I suppose more importantly than anything, like, pick one of those 6 things and do it. See you next time.